What's going on, y'all? This is Q Ortiz, your local San Diego massage therapist, musician, and artist. And today I wanted to talk about the Q Ortiz face that you see, the rich right face, just sort of the journey of it, and also the idea of just doing your own thing and moving forward with things. And what I mean is sometimes people they can get stuck on the idea of, oh, my logo or whatever part of the process in moving forward with your dream, right? Moving forward with whatever you're doing, what you're passionate about. But I also wanted to share a little bit about the story of why it's a face or why just, and it could be in the future more refined, or it could be a different, I could share something of a different aspect, like how when you see logos, they represent the thing that they're promoting, right? And for me, it came from when I was in high school. I started doing graffiti, and that's where you see right here, this where my fingers pointing at the rich right there. And that was my tag. So I write Rich. It was a different style, but that was the name, Rich. And if you heard the song Taking Off, I think that I have the music video on my videos playlist. So if you see Taking Off, Q Ortiz with Cosmic Taurus production, I say in the song, Rich was the name. Hop the fence, tag the wall below the train. My friends look out, looking away as I let this Krylon spray. So yeah, I started graffiti in high school. And in that culture, what I noticed was different people, they would have their tags, then they would have the throw ups. So kind of like the bubble, boom. So you could do quick bubbles. Then they would do pieces to where it's a little more intricate. It takes more time. And then they would do the mural pieces. It would keep expanding from there. But it starts boom at that tag, and then you do the throw up. And I noticed there were certain artists where they would have characters, or maybe their letters might be a character, and they would take, or they would just have symbols. So symbols, there was map one, there was ACC, all city crew. Map one had a certain symbol, and you would just see that symbol all over, especially when I was taking the train. I'll go to school, I'll just watch all the graffiti as I was riding, and I'll study it, just looking at the different names, just yeah, I met different people also over time. And when I saw just oh, you could do characters, even neck face. I think, yeah, there was DF, I think like demon face or something like that too. They would do some wild faces, super awesome. Just, I like the style. So I created for myself at that time, just, it was this weird Afro man. I don't have any of my black books now. I only have one book, and I'm going to show you just a little bit, but it's not, yeah, I had like three or four black books, and I might have left them in New York when I moved to California. So, yeah, I created this face, and it was a spade, like what you see on a playing card. It was a spade for the face, and then it just was a fro, and I would put just weird eyes or question marks, or just, yeah, I'll just do a weird face, and I'll have him just sticking out from the corner, and he'll have thought bubbles coming up. He'll have the little bubbles and then a cloud, and it'll go whatever he's thinking, like, hey, whatever. So that was the face I used. So I would draw that face, play around with it, and over time, I would just start playing more with the faces. So like you see, yeah, you obviously you see all these faces behind me, and the way that the Q Ortiz face actually, let me see, I'm gonna pause this and I'll bring the actual face that I use to make the logo. All right. So I found, let me see. Yeah, this was my original face drawing that you see for the logo. So I drew that. This was years after, and that was where I'll show you. I did find a book that it wasn't that face, but it just kind of just gives an idea of like a piece that I did. Let me see. I'm gonna turn off the background for a second. See, blur. Will it come out? And then I'll just take off this blur. So, and you see the rich, so the RICH, and just some like a character. Just playing with characters, and that's where let me that's where that's how it developed. It was just through my practice with the graffiti, playing around with faces, and I would do that lineup. So when you see the lineup, because that was so popular back then, it's popular now, and people they getting even crazier enhancements and all that stuff. But just that lineup, that's another story I shared with different people. It's just it includes my dad because he used to cut my hair when I was younger, and yeah, I would always ask him for the lineup, and he didn't really he wasn't able to give me the lineup every time. So yeah, it was maybe I'll talk about that another time. But then from the development of just that face over time, I started doing a practice of kind of doodling, right? Just having sessions where I'll just do little sketch kind of stuff, just exercising basically artistically. And that's where I came up with this. Hold up. The way that the faces connect, this is where I did this doodle. Then I actually, with this idea, I liked it so much that I made a painting of it. And if I'll see if I can basically put the photo of the painting that I made using this idea. And I sold that painting, which was awesome. I had an art show, sold the painting, and from there I really liked what I was doing with those faces, so I just kept it going. And that's what you see now. That's what you see. You just see the evolution of that seed from the graffiti, finding something I like, the character, playing around with the character, and then from there making a logo, because I'm out there with the music, right, doing the massage. What's the logo? Boom, draw a logo. This is my logo. I gave it to a website guy, and he was able to digitize it, just make it what it is. But that's the original handwritten or hand drawn face, and then he just hooked it up. Then years later, ran into another web guy, and he was able to make it smoother and just a little more sleek. So the original is on my YouTube, and my Instagram. Yeah, the original's there, and then the sleek one, that's like, it's that's where, when I put on the clothing, that's the new one. It's just that it's the smooth lines, and then also I added Rich Wright onto it. So later on, I added Rich Wright onto the face and made that as the logo. So that's what it currently is. I also sent in that to the copyright, so good for you to do just with your designs. If you're an artist, copyright it. And yeah, so now it's just, yeah, you just have that. And I just wanted to share, and I may be preaching to the choir, because if you're already creative, you might be doing things like that. But I just wanted to share the story, the evolution, just in case you were curious about all these faces and like how it came about. And yeah, just from the face graffiti to the logo, then the sessions, and those sessions came about because I wanted to continue the different practices and have habits that kept everything consistent. It kept my drawing consistent, kept my music consistent. That was the purpose. And in that, you could draw from the ideas that you created. You draw from, okay, I had this little 3-minute session drawing, but then from that, I created something that, ooh, that looks nice. I can expand upon that. And then you can use that to make a bigger project. So that's what I did. Made that painting. Sometimes I'm like, man, should I have sold that painting? But yeah, of course, because somebody resonated with it. They loved it. Now they have it. It's out of there. And from that, I was able to create more things with the idea, incorporating what you see here, the words, like having some meaning in the word, and then the faces, and playing around with the negative space. And that was also a play. It's like you play with the negative, this, as far as conceptually, philosophically, you play with the negative space. It's all negative space. All these lines, you just keep that negative space there. It's just all there. So that's the idea. I hope you gain something from this. I'm gonna take off, but I wanted to make a quick video before I left. It's incorporating these ideas about the logo. Also for you, if you're not artistic, then yeah, it's different. But if you have a little bit of that, just a little something, just get into it. Create. Just draw something. See what you come up with. See if it is a logo. Try to draw a logo for other people. I was looking through, as I was looking for my Q Ortiz face, I saw logos that I drew for people, and the process, because I kept those papers of the process of creating each letter or just the design, and it's awesome. It's awesome. So just, yeah, keep creating, do your thing, and don't let anybody stop you from that. Just do your thing. All right. So if you like this video, click like. If you have any comments or you want to ask a question, drop a comment below. And if you want to continue on this journey with me, click subscribe and we can vibe. Peace out. I'm hopping back on here. I don't, yeah, depending on how I do this. I also wanted to share, like, even from, I ended up creating or going through this process of painting on a guitar that was broken, basically. And as I was creating it, I was coming up with this design, like the way, like same with the faces still, and just change the style of how I did the faces with the word. So I incorporated the word still, but then used the faces to express it. So that says music and then lover. Yeah, music lover. And the whole thing says no matter what your shape or color, you can still be a music lover. That's, yeah. And then peace. And that's like a wire that attaches to this guy's headphones. And then you just feel the vibe here. And then it turns solid here. And then flows as you see flow. And you see the treble. You see the bass, and they falling in love right there. So, and then I have like it's like, I just looked at it like it's the fretboard, and you do scales on it. So then it's like, I did a value scale. I try to do a value scale on the fretboard. Yeah. So, yeah. But I was just expressing from doing this idea on the guitar. That's where, boom, then I came up with the design for peace from Supercolor right here. And then these are the faces I was talking about. You see it's a little different. It's a little smoother. But those are the faces. And I have different colors. I think I mentioned on another video, because then I could put it on different materials. Whatever, if the material's black, or if it was green, I could use the complementary color, boom, red, smack the red on it. If it's, what was orange? So red was green, yellow's purple, yeah, yellow, purple. Man, I'm forgetting. Oh, orange was blue. Orange and blue, they neutralize each other. And yeah, so like, this design came from creating another piece. So that's all I'm saying. Just keep creating, keep getting ideas, have fun, and that's that. All right.